Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash, and we are still around Joule, and this is actually 0.18.4, so I just transferred over all my stuff, and I hope it's all worked. I think MechJeb is the only mod on this here, and let's see. Well, that's pretty much the only controls I really use a whole lot of, and the numbers, so pretty awesome. Seems to be working. So this is again Unity 4, which is pretty amazing that they've got this going here. And where is everyone? I don't know if there's going to be any bugs really now that with all this in. It looks like everything's okay. Satellites all seem to have the correct icons and things like that. I kind of wish this one had more fuel now. Anyway, now you are the one I need to actually do some worrying about. You can see, yeah, it's definitely 0.18.4. We've got the cool new text up there. By the way, I've got a little kitten napping on my lap. It's super cute, of course. Right, so I brought up the periapps, and we were going to see what this did for... see what this next aerobrake does. Because again, they're going to have to fold in the panels and get them out in time, so I have to be here and present for this to work. Of course, aerobraking doesn't work if you're not controlling anyway, so might as well watch it from here. Where are we? There could always be, yeah, there's going to be issues again with coming out on the dark side and things like that. So again, I need power. I need to, okay. I believe we're in the atmosphere sometime around now. Yeah. So we'll retract the panels. Again, this is exactly what we did last time. Do some aerobraking and then get the panels back out. Not a lot of time, so yeah. I mean, we won't be in as long this time, so I don't think it's nearly as big a concern. Be interesting to see which way is the... what's the term I'm trying to use? Aerodynamic, I guess, stability, you know, which way would it naturally orient itself in the atmosphere here. So it was, should be coming down now, just over 3 million. So we may do this a number of times to get this down to a more reasonable level. How long now? Not long. Just speed this up a little. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking about 0.19 a lot, and all the excitement that should come from that. Okay, we're out of the atmosphere. You know, I was just getting to the point watching Scott Manley's videos that I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe I should give the Keythane mod a try, and yeah, it looked really tempting, and then all of a sudden all the 0.19 resource stuff you know, came to my attention, and thinking I'll just wait, you know, and I imagine 0.18, you know, this world's, I'm going to leave this behind. 0.19 probably won't be compatible, so look at that. Anyway, we are very short on time. We're still in the atmosphere technically when we run out of power, so there it goes. Hello, little kitten. Hope everyone enjoyed the little kitty video I put up yesterday. I've actually got another one. Probably get that up tomorrow. It'll show... I was asking about the nibbling behavior from our dog. I've actually got some of that on tape. So, it's pretty cute. I haven't edited it or looked at it yet, but yeah. And yeah, the dog and the cat are getting along a little better. Everyone seems to be getting along a little bit better here in the house now. Things are perhaps settling down just in time for, you know, potentially giving her away. But I don't know. We don't know yet. So thinking, you know, if we could find a good home for her, that'd be nice. Gotta keep an eye out on our other ship here as well. Okay, they're on a long orbit now, so don't need to worry as much about them as long as they're not obviously going to be interacting with a planet. We can focus in on here a little bit more. This is only a little over an hour, so it's about a 2-hour, I guess. Nope, yeah, 2.5 hour orbit currently. So we'll just come down and do this again. We got power. If you could hear that scratching in the background, that was of course the kitty. Oh, of course. Well, maybe I'll just do this a number of times, bring it down to a stable orbit, and then I'll bring you back in when that occurs. Well, so I was stupid. I had it on time acceleration going through the atmosphere, and I forgot that I had a limited time again. I had just done this, you know. It was no excuse, but my mind was elsewhere, and I forgot to get these panels back out. So it makes me think, in a future design, I'm definitely going to come up with a better design of these, especially for 0.19 when you need to map resources. Kitty's in a box, by the way. It's super cute. A little loud, but cute. Future design. Have one of those permanent little solar panels, just one, here, so that, you know, at some point eventually the sun would hit it and get a little bit of power, and yeah, and be able to work again. Either that or a battery. I don't know. I think a battery would add too much weight, but something to look into for better designs. I kind of like an ion version, ion engine powered version of this too. So this is all a learning exercise. So I'm a little mad at myself, but not too mad. Yeah, it would be really nice to not kill off these satellites. Eventually, it's going to crash back in. If I stay on it long enough, it'll deorbit, and I might do that. I don't know. It's kind of fun to do. It'll take a little bit though, but we might as well watch it crash and burn instead of missing the one that went into Joule. It's unfortunate. How are these guys doing? Plenty fine. Okay, so I'll bring you back in when we. It looks like we're going to lose this satellite. The other option is I could leave it in orbit, and if I never switch back to it, it won't feel the effects of aerobraking, and it doesn't go low enough to for the game to unset it, I guess, to delete it, like it does on Kerbin when it's below 25,000 meters. But I'd rather have it crash and burn. Suffer the consequences of my mistakes and learn from them. Alright, I am back. Things are getting very close now. This is about 4, maybe 5 orbits later. Interesting thing is if I make it around once more, I think it's going to be fairly close to the Schumacher / Shoemaker, depending on how you pronounce it. And it looks like I am going to make it out once more. So, we had a Joule rise just previous to this. Nothing else going on, seems. Oh, there's Val over there. Oh, and Tylo. That's kind of nice. Can't quite get them all in one shot, but neat. Yeah. It is certainly going to be next orbit. That would be something. I don't know how far this is going to rotate around in the next orbit, but we've been getting closer every orbit. I was thinking we might even be able to see them on the ground this orbit, but no. That could, maybe that was their island there. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so are we out yet? Still at 4? No, let's go 4 times. periapse is shifting. That's an interesting sign. Okay, almost out. Okay, so here we are back in the atmosphere, I think for the last time. And where does it look like we are coming down? Not so close. No. Needed a few more orbits, I guess. Or another good longer orbit to get a little closer to them. And unfortunately it looks like we're going to be coming down in the dark too. So, not much happening yet. Give it a little fast forward there. So that should start coming down. It's actually going up. Nope, there it comes down now. Now we're interfacing with the atmosphere. It'll probably, unfortunately, be dark when we crash. Doesn't make for a great video, but not much I can do about it, as this probe is dead in the air, and soon to probably be dead in the water. Okay. Yep. It's going down. With a beautiful sight of Jewel. Alright, that is the end of that poor comm satellite. Well, let's see where we have gotten to. We're still not even out past Bob. Yes, I know you died. Okay, back to the mothership. With 2 comsats left out of the original 8. 2 I've left in Kerbal orbit, 1 is out of Jewel orbit, heading off into interplanetary space. I lost 1 into Jewel, 1 into Lathe. Does that add up? I lost track. I'm sure it adds up. So in the meantime here, now, one thing I want to keep an eye on is phase angles. 68 degrees to Kerbal. What do I want it to be? Minus 45 degrees to launch the next set of ships, so... yeah, from here minus 45 degrees, from there 45 degrees, so... that makes sense. So lots of time still. That's the key. Is that the probe heading off there? Oh yeah, it is. Wow. I should rename it at some point. Okay, so I'm going to loop around here, hopefully get another encounter, and try again for Lathe. Okay, so there's Paul, a little too far away still, but it seems like every other orbit I am getting closer to it. So maybe I'd have to do a bit of a plane change there, but I can do that, you know, somewhere out here, and wouldn't take that many meters a second. So I might do that with a ComSat. Try to get a Paul encounter. Next orbit maybe? Or 2 orbits from now. Also Bop, very close, but also even further off the ecliptic plane there. So that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. I did do a 33 meter a second burn to get myself back on the plane. I was off by quite a bit. Now my inclination is 0.78 degrees, so much closer. I actually just missed a Val encounter only because I was so much higher than it by the time I got out that far. And you can see Val's not out that far, so I was off by a good amount, whereas now I'm much closer into the plane, so... Oops, that was a little too quick. Anyway, I will come back when I hopefully get an encounter with something. Okay. I think this is a Paul encounter, but it's a little confused by, I guess, a Lathe encounter here, and it's really messing things up, but this was very, very close to a Paul encounter. You have to be within, I looked it up, 1,042 kilometers is the sphere of influence, and this was just over 1,000, and it was getting closer to the correct number when this Lathe thing starts fooling around, so I think this is going to be good. The problem now is I have to recreate this after I eject the probe, because I want to keep this ship. Although, wait a minute, no I don't. I don't have to. This is 108 meters a second burn. I've got, yeah, tons. 3,400 meters a second, so this isn't going to really eat too much into my total delta V, and then I'll just change it back later for hopefully similar amounts of delta V, and yeah. So let's see, if I do this earlier it would be better. So Paul is the steering, or the target. We'll just get in this, point towards the node, do the burn, and hopefully end up on an encounter. Again, one of the issues is going to be ejecting that does add a little bit of delta V, ejecting the probe. So we may have to do more corrections with the probe, but we shall see. I don't know if the probe's going to have enough delta V to get in Paul orbit either. That's another question. Actually, I could do this maneuver, eject the probe, and then undo the maneuver too, as another option. So just look at this. I'm burning at about 180, so if I burn at 0, essentially, it'll undo the maneuver. So good. Let's do this now then, and 108 meters a second or so. Okay, what's that, a Lathe encounter? Yeah. Okay, somehow that turned off, but... oh, Lathe. Just gotta keep it on this node for... I manually turned this off because I don't want it to chase the node when if I have to go past it. Okay, it's gonna be somewhere around there. Let me think. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I am going to eject the satellite. So here we are, 1,800 meters a second. Or 1,800 meters, 1,800 kilometers, so 14. No. It's this Lathe encounter, I tell you, it gets in the way. There we go, okay. 625 kilometers, that's probably a good periaps. We can fix it from there. So, okay, let me do this maneuver now too. Still in the same vague direction, so if I go 0 again, it should undo the maneuver after I eject my little satellite. So I'm going to say off and hold, not RCS, hold this position. Still a little bit that way, but that's hopefully good. No, because I didn't wait long enough that time. Which way was I going? I can't remember. Down? It was too far down? Nope. Yep. Up. There we go. Okay, what I'm going to do actually is, so this is south. I'm going to go off, rotate. Is this right? Hold that or so. I'm going to eject one of these off in a southerly direction, if that makes sense. So. Wrong way. That's okay. I'll just rotate so we're pointing down when we get up there. I'm going to use this, so it's 12 meters a second. I don't know how many exactly meters a second I get out of this, but might as well use it. Okay. That. Rotate you down. Oops, wrong way. Too far. Okay. This is going to be you. Decouple. Okay. That actually seems like more than 12 meters a second, but then again, maybe not. Yeah, could be somewhere around there. Ha! Nope, we have an encounter, although it's not showing our, not currently showing our lowest point there, but judging by how much it changes the orbit, I think it's pretty close. Oh, it's probably hitting, that's why it's not showing. So again, maybe a little too close. Let me see. Well, one thing I want to do now that we have the, I can fix that. We have power, right? Yep. Switch back to the ship, and I'm going to do its burn to get out of, to get back on their plane. Okay, there we are. So we're at half a degree of inclination. It's actually even better than before. And oh, can't switch to the other ship anymore. It's too far. Doesn't look too far from this view. Jeez. No, this one? Yeah. We'll have to change its name. Be optimistic, and we'll call it Comsat Paul. Now let's see, have to do a maneuver here to bring the periaps up. Where does it look like we're coming from below, but oh, I don't know. These are most, there we are. 85 kilometers. That seems reasonable to me. So, 2.2 meters a second. This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to do a 0.2 meter a second burn? It's so jittery already. Alright, we'll try it. How about that? $110 kilometers. That's still fine, I think. If we have the delta V to even get an orbit around it. I think we do. I think we got plenty. I'm really glad I did the idea with taking, doing the burn with the mothership to do the majority of the work, because that was 100 meters a second or more to get to this point. So that's 100 meters a second more we'll have when we get there. So let's do that then. This ship's not gonna see anything in the meantime, so we might as well go out and do our encounter. Okay. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Paul. Wherever it may be. There it is. So let's see what the maneuver is going to tell us here. Do a retrograde burn. Uh-oh. 531 meters a second. So that's pretty much our entire budget. Well, nothing can be done about that. So let me just line up with that. And we'll head in. Let's see, it should be about 5 or 6 minutes to do this burn, so I'm going to have to certainly start it earlier. Start at about 3 minutes then. And we kind of are getting power. I guess it's just enough. Cool. Alright. Well, I'll be back when this burn is done. It's not going to be quick. Okay. It's not bad. Still have about a fifth fuel left, and you can see it took a few more meters a second to do it now. It actually didn't take as long to burn. I'm still a minute and some away from the periapse, so that was not very efficient. I probably could have stopped it and started it up again, but nevertheless, we're in orbit, and then, well, I guess 80 kilometers, it seems pretty reasonable, so maybe I'll just wait till the actual periapse here again and burn and bring the apoapse down. Might as well just get it in as close as possible. And burn the rest of the fuel off. Now that I'm here, I'm discovering it takes a lot less fuel now that we're in orbit to actually do anything. So there's a 15 kilometer periapse now. Geez, do we have sunlight for that? I guess we must have, just. Or are we just about to lose it? Nope, heading to the daylight side. Cool. Well, let's get this 15 kilometer close look, and then I think I'm going to call it a video. So yeah, we'll see what, hopefully there's no more than 15 kilometer mountains. The wiki says, under 3,000 meters it is unwise, almost always result in colliding with a mountain, spire, or plateau. So there we have it. Okay, cool. Certainly a unique looking planetary body. I think maybe next episode, should we see if this small amount of fuel is enough to land it? It's possible it is. So let me know in the comments if I should try to land this thing or not. And if you think I can land it or not. If you're prodding me to. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. My name is Hillstash. And see you soon. Seems to be working. So this is again Unity 4, which is pretty amazing that they've got this going here. And where is everyone? I don't know if there's going to be any bugs really now with all this in. It looks like everything's okay. Satellites all seem to have the correct icons and things like that. I kind of wish this one had more fuel now. Anyway, now you are the one I need to controlling anyway, so might as well watch it from here. Where are we? There could always be there's going to be issues again with coming out on the dark side and things like that. So again, I need power. I need to okay. I believe we're in the atmosphere sometime around now. Yeah. So we'll retract the panels. Again, this is exactly what we did last time. Do some aero braking and then get the panels back out. Not a lot of time, so yeah. I mean, we won't be in as long this time, so I don't think it's nearly as big a concern. Be interesting to see which way is the... What's the term I'm trying to use? Aerodynamic, I guess, stability, you know, which way would it naturally orient itself in the atmosphere here? Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash, and we are still around Joule, and this is actually 0.18.4, so I just transferred over all my stuff, and I hope it's all worked. I think MechJeb is the only mod on this here, and let's see. Well, that's pretty much the only controls I really use a whole lot of, and the numbers, so pretty awesome. Actually do some worrying about. You can see, yeah, it's definitely 0.18.4. We've got the cool new text up there. By the way, I've got a little kitten napping on my lap. It's super cute, of course. Right, so I brought up the periaps, and we were going to see what this did for... see what this next aerobrake does. Because again, they're going to have to fold in the panels and get them out in time, so I have to be here and present for this to work. Of course, aerobraking doesn't work if you're not